What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Empire 161 Show, Season 7, Episode 5. Thanks for joining us on this Monday evening. We're opening up a little Bad Bunny Nueva York for you. For those who've been to the stadium, know this is basically what the Yankees take the field to every single game now. So it's pretty cool. And then they kind of like go into the pitcher's warm-up music. Thanks for joining us on this Monday evening. A Yankees off day, so no perfect time to talk about the week that was and some other stuff. So, if you're joining us on the Facebook live stream, if you're joining us on YouTube, or wherever you found your audio on the podcast, we always appreciate the support. And I am Ed, and with me as always, Lisa. Lisa, what's up? What's going on?
I almost don't want to talk right now, but I have to. It's a podcast, so I rarely know what song Ed's gonna play. So sometimes I get surprised. He did tell me he was probably gonna use this week, but I forgot. So it just got me all hyped, and I happen to be wearing my Bad Bunny Nueva York Yankee hat today, which was a complete coincidence. But yes, the first game that I went to with Ed this year that they played that song, I freaked out because I was not expecting that. I was expecting their regular walkout music. So, but we have a lot to talk about today, y'all. We're going to talk about the grueling back to like who's going to win it, and neither team could figure it out, so they split it series against the Angels with what Ed deemed as the game of the year. We'll get into that. We're also going to talk about the Yankees versus the Royals. I'm happy to say that they swept them because they should have swept a couple other teams last week and they didn't. So this week I can say that they swept a team. Ed's going to give you his ratings on the pastrami loaded fries and the chicken parm sandwich. One of them got the grand slam. Let's figure it out.
That's true.
We're going to talk about, we went to hockey jersey night. Sadly, I did not get one, but Eddie did. And we're going to talk about where we sat that night. And if you follow our pages, you should see where we sat that night. So it shouldn't be a surprise. And I'm just going to throw this out there because I had fun. We started our team's season openers with 2 wins. And game 1 was like Yankees of last week, even though we won. And game 2 was like Yankees versus the Royals this week.
Yeah,
So,
there you go.
But we had tons of fun, and it was an absolutely beautiful day to play ball in Central Park on Saturday. And I'm extra happy to be playing this year because I didn't think I could. So the Outlaws are back on the field, folks.
Yeah, no, it was good to be back and be out there again too. I mean, I was also missed a massive portion of last year, actually hurt. So It was cool to be back out there and stuff, and kind of like still shaking the rust off of both, right? It was a lot of fun. And the weather, for those of you not living in New York, I mean, this is some roller coaster that we're on. I mean, last week we're talking about like going to night games at Yankee Stadium in shorts and t-shirts, and wait, do we need to bring a light jacket or not? And yesterday was full hyper warm coat, hoodie, hyper warm pants, thermal socks, everything. It was right back to that. So I mean, who the hell knows? Like it is pretty wild. It really is. It's why a lot of us get sick of it and everything, dealing with the weather and stuff. But hey, it is April in New York, and it is known to be erratic. Like you start off some days with winter, you get spring in the afternoon, and who knows what you get by the end of the day? It could be summer, it could be winter again. Who knows? Yeah, it's all over the place. So,
but you know what? I will say just a real quick thing. I would rather that than a tsunami, and a tsunami just happened on the other side of the world.
Oh, well, yeah, if those are my choices.
And a 7.5 earthquake, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
Yeah.
So definitely thoughts and prayers out to the folks over in Japan and other parts of the world where all that happened, because that's insane. First of all, 7.5 is insane, and then tsunami on top of that.
Yeah, that is some wild stuff. I mean, wacky stuff going on with the weather.
Yep.
All over.
All over.
All over. But yeah, so we did mention earlier, Lisa did mention that we did want to open up by little shifting gears by talking about a couple of other food items in the stadium that I actually got to try because I've been at quite a few of the home games.
Ed was at a lot of games this week.
I mean, it's 10 Yankee games so far.
Yeah,
I mean, they've had a lot of home games. Also, like the vouchers from have been cashed in for not all of them, but like we ended up with 4 last year. But two of my vouchers from Fan Appreciation Day got cashed in already, so that's why there's been like a little extra. But yeah, so the 2 ones that I did get to try that were new because there was other stuff, and I do like to rotate the things. So there were some classics that were in there. But the new ones, though, was I guess we'll focus on is the first being the Lobel's pastrami top loaded fries. Anyone who I mentioned on this podcast before is like in my Grand Slam territory currently is of existing items is, I mean, these steak top fries from Lobel's are one of my favorite things in the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably say steak top fries, the 99 burger, and I think I also said the MVP burger, right? Like those are like, and the Lobel steak sandwich, because I mean Lobel's is just, I think they're just phenomenal. Like there's only one thing I've ever had from there that I'm kind of like, not as good, and that's the what is it? The filet mignon actually loaded tots seem to be very hit or miss. It kind of depends when the hell you get them, to be honest. So that sucks. But you gotta call it what it is. But the pastrami, and also the Lobel's pastrami sandwich. Pastrami loaded fries, for whatever it is, was the Grand Slam. My God, it was so freaking good. And I know, at least I know you're not a pastrami person, you have mentioned, but
it looked really good.
You know what it is? It's just that, like, yeah, they even put some, and mustard fries thing is not usually my thing, but like I like mustard on a pastrami sandwich.
Uh-huh.
So that is one of the toppings. I mean, obviously you could get it without it, but like I'm always very much like, especially if I'm doing something like this, give however it's supposed to be. Let me get it, and let me see what it's like. Like I want to experience it for how it's supposed to be, and then after that I can start screwing around with it. It was so good. I mean, it was good. It was like the kind of like the salt flavor with the pastrami mixed with the fries, who were also kind of salted. It just meshed perfectly. And I wasn't really sure how it was going to be, and it was just like flawless. It was right there for me with the steak top fries, which is what my wife Angie got, because we both got Lobel's, and she left me a little bit of the because they put queso on the fries now, like the steak top fries. They changed it up.
Mm-hmm.
So I did get to sample like them both a little side by side, and yeah, I gotta say it's on the same level for me. So, it was really good.
So I just pulled up the picture again, and for all of those who haven't seen it yet, go to one of our pages, whether it's our Instagram or our Facebook page, to see. But I'm looking at it. What was the white stuff? Was that sour cream?
I think it is a sour. No, it's not a sour cream actually. I think, was it like a cheese type thing? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember, but I know what you're talking about though.
Okay. It doesn't.
Does it say what it? Does it say what it's supposed to come with?
I just looked at the picture.
Okay.
So I see scallions, which I love.
Yes.
I see the pastrami. I see the mustard. I see the fries, and then the white stuff. I can't tell what that is, but
it's funny because I can't even like remember right now exactly what the hell it was, and I should have. That's my bad. I'm trying to Google it here, and let's see.
I mean, I know we have to look at our old notes too. Let me see real quick. Hold on, folks. Let's check it out. I think that was 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, hold on, I'm scrolling through it now. I do have, but they're just giving me names on the. Yeah, just giving me names. It's not giving me prime. No, that's it. Yeah, pastrami loaded fries only featured in section 132, which is down the left field line, by the way. So that could.
Special.
They have more than one Lobel's. They need to just have the full Lobel's menu at all of them. Stop with this crap, like with certain ones at certain, like it's kind of nonsense. Like,
Oh yeah, we just had it listed as Lobel's pastrami fries as well.
yeah,
So the white stuff remains a mystery for now, but I'm sure it's gonna. I might even. Well, I told you if you get it, I want to try it before
yes.
I would go to get my own because I'm not a pastrami person at all.
Oh, don't worry, Lisa. I will. I'm sure we'll be to a few more games
I'm
together this year,
sure we're
and
gonna.
but you don't have to twist my arm to order it again because if I'm giving it a grand slam, that absolutely means this is a go-to, and it's going to happen again this season. Like, also, I just want the regular pastrami sandwich too. Like, I really do like from like Cat's Deli, like the regular Reuben. That's like my favorite kind of pastrami sandwich with the sauerkraut and the cheese and all of that. They don't have that at the stadium, but like a regular pastrami sandwich is also some good stuff. So it's all about the bread. If the bread is like slightly toasted, that's where it's like right, and you get the like side pickle to go with it. I know you don't like pickle. Yeah, that's where it needs to be.
Okay, so before you talk about your other thing, I want to call a foul ball on somebody, maybe even a balk. I don't even know which one I want to call. You tell me which one it should be.
Okay.
But we saw somebody at the game the other day who looks like she dropped an easy foul ball right behind the batters.
Oh my God.
Right behind the catcher.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we were sitting and eating our stuff and I looked over and I was like, she's wasting a home run.
Yeah, So if you joined us last week, we did talk about the apple pie dumplings, and those were for dessert grand slam. And like there's a lot of desserts at the stadium, but I think we just got to rank them separately because they are two separate categories.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, you're right. She was like,
she looked very unhappy though.
She did, just in general. I'm hoping it wasn't with the apple pie dumplings.
No, I think it was with why she kept looking at her phone.
Yeah, maybe it was her phone and like whoever supposedly was sitting in the seat next to her that never showed up while we were there. And I think she had left. Yeah, exactly.
The Manfred man.
Exactly. Maybe it was the Manfred man on second, but yeah, that was absurd. Like I was like, they're probably gonna be ice cold, but it was warm that night. It was still pretty warm. Like that's when the weather started turning.
Yeah,
it started to turn that night. Yeah. Yeah, she was definitely wasting it. And anyone who gets them in, I highly suggest you get them while they're hot. It would be challenging to not burn your watch because you burn your tongue, and also with those Brooklyn dumplings, when you bite into them.
Oh my gosh! And
whatever it is jumps out. So like, be strategic. Okay, be strategic when you're doing that.
From having them, not those, but for having Brooklyn dumplings a couple times last year, you cannot be sitting next to somebody when you eat those.
Or no, you just one hand.
You have to like this, or you just have to wait until they cool down and just pop the whole, because it's not that big.
Yeah. No,
so like you can put the whole dumpling in your mouth, but if you don't, cover it. Just cover it.
You don't want the person with you to be wearing it. Put it that way.
No, you don't.
No.
All right, so we didn't get a picture of the chicken parm sandwich, but let's look at your face. Your face says it all.
I have the picture, and it's whatever. It's not. I think the picture's okay.
It's not worthy of going up on our pages.
I don't know, because I think I was all right. So I was struggling with it. It was last Thursday afternoon when it was still hot here.
I'm surprised you went with that on a hot day. By the way, I wouldn't think chicken parm on a hot day.
Well,
I would think it on like a cooler night.
One of the factors was when I walked past, the line was not a lot. That was a factor for me. If the line is there, I'll glance at that menu and I'm like, decision made. Let's go. I don't have this. It's funny as someone who lines up for shit like the hockey jersey and all of that. For food and certain things like that, I have no patience for that. I really don't.
See, I'll wait on a line for food because I've waited online for the Grand Slam shakes many times over the last few years.
I have nothing. Like if I get ice cream at the stadium, it's usually before the game, and I'm like, screw it. I'm just gonna deal with it, and that's it. Like I'm gonna get my cup because my go-to is the Mr. Softy cup. But yeah, I can't. I'm not missing 3 or 4 innings waiting for ice cream. I can't. I don't know. It's something that irks me. But I did go ahead and I went to the King's Hawaiian stand and got the chicken parm sandwich, which is one of the new menus on there. And I do love chicken parm. It is a go-to.
Mm-hmm.
Now regarding this one, I will say it was extremely noticeable that this thing was made and sitting under a lamp for a while. Because I could also tell you, like, when I took the sandwich off the wrapper paper, like part of the bread stuck to it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you could just tell, like, so I feel like it was the reason I didn't want to share it right away is I was like, I almost feel like this is like an unfair shot, but like, hey, whatever, we're going to call it. We can revisit it down the line because I would like to revisit it.
Our minds might get changed.
Yes. But right now, probably a single.
All right.
Which is, translation would be solid, edible. I would go back for it, but like
you wouldn't run back.
No, I'm not running back for it. Like, it's probably going to get pushed to the back burner for a bit. I would need to have the same situation, like pop up, like a lot of games in a homestand, and I'm kind of like trying to keep it fresh, unlike what they didn't keep it fresh. And yeah, it kind of sucked too because it was on a pretzel bun too, which I've said I like a pretzel bun, which I found it a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. The combination of the chicken parm with the pretzel bun, I'm like, I don't know about this. I think if I got a fresh one though, I think I probably would have been a bit more happy with it. For me personally.
Let's see what happens.
But right now,
you also have to keep in mind, like, there might not be a line for a reason. Sometimes.
You're right. But King's Hawaiian usually has a pretty decent line, right? Because like the King's Hawaiian is with the Chickies and Pete's fries. Those I love. Yeah. I love the Chickies and Pete's crab fries. But they have Old Bay seasoning and that cheese that's got a little spice to it.
Yeah, that costs money. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. But I do really like their fries. Like I really do. So that'll get me to go there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a letdown. It was a serious letdown. I was kind of bummed about it.
I just love King's Hawaiian rolls. Like, those things are so addictive. Jeez.
And it was probably a King's Hawaiian pizza pretzel roll that I had that was just like overdone.
Yeah.
And it sucks. But yeah, I would give it another shot another time. If it happens again, then you might get downgraded to like a walk. Like, it just.
So I think you also had a little bit of I don't know if it was a strikeout, but you did try something else with me. Well, I didn't try it. You did. I told you I didn't need to try it.
Oh, sure. What the hell did I get then, man?
Remember we got the Bobby's Burgers?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. It's a little unfair. Listen, Bob's Burgers is legit.
Bobby's Burgers are great. We enjoy the burgers. They're not MVPs, but we enjoy them. They're very good. They're solid.
Bob's Burger, by the way, if you're going to a stadium, if you're in a mood for a burger and you don't want to wait on the 99 burger line, which has been, I feel like it's been extra out of control this year. Like, that line is nuts. It like goes past the Italian spot, and I've seen it going like almost to like my favorite popcorn stand, which, by the way, I finally went to yesterday because I was sitting right there and I looked in between innings. And I saw there was no line once. I bolted out of my seat.
I don't know if you caught me at our game. I kept going like this.
I know. No.
I was looking at.
So I did. I pulled one of those because I was sitting on the end, and I looked and I'm like, ooh, popcorn. And I ran, got it, and I get back in my seat. Didn't miss anything. Not one pitch, no nothing.
Nice.
It was perfect.
Nice.
But yeah, so Bob's Burger, number one, great alternative if you don't want to wait for any of the specialty burgers, but you still want something good, and they're always fresh. Their fries, they got the standard fries, right? Like they're the regular like Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, they're all right. Yeah.
No, they're cool. Like it's good.
Right.
I like that they have sauce.
I like the dipping in the sauce. Yep.
Yeah, and I personally love their shakes.
Their shakes are good.
The Grand Slam shakes, I know they're a favorite of yours. For me,
no. They're they're good. They're very, very good. I like them a lot, but it's not something I can have every game.
No. But I mean, if you had to say dessert in the stadium, is that fair to say?
It's what. Well, I haven't tasted the apple pie dumpling.
No, yet, what you had. Only what you had.
What I've had.
dessert, and I'm saying that's like a limited. It's
Yeah, I
limited.
guess so, but they're also messy, right? And you have to like drink, you have to drink like a quarter of it really quickly because otherwise because they fill it, like past the top with the little cute stuff.
Yeah.
So you have to drink a quarter of it pretty quickly. So that I don't love that part about them. But like on a more consistent basis, I would get a shake at Bobby's.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like
Yeah,
the Bob's shake because it's either chocolate or vanilla,
right,
whipped cream or not, and that's it.
right.
Like straight up shake
That's
if
all.
that's what
That's
you
all I
want.
need. That's all I
Yeah,
need. A vanilla shake with whipped cream.
yeah. So that's what
And
we
they're
got.
thick. They're very thick too, because we were struggling.
Yeah, the move is definitely to either use the straws like a spoon until it melts enough, and then you can
Yeah,
kind of go like a frosty,
yeah.
or you can. I found that the bottom was melting, and I was drinking from the bottom, and that was the
Hmm.
move. But I did try though a classic of I feel like people in the 50s and 60s and shit that used to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
like the fries in the milkshake, the dipping of the fries in the milkshake. I've never done it in my entire life, and I was always curious about it.
And you probably never will again.
And nah, not for me. It
You
was
know what
whatever.
though? I wonder if it's the type of fry though, because like I feel like McDonald's fries would probably be good in a shake.
Possibly, but I really hate McDonald's milkshakes because they advertise it as triple thick.
They're
And
not.
I'm like, am I supposed
They're
to
not.
remember? I'm gonna try so hard, like I'm gonna forget there was a shake by the end of this. And it's gonna have brain damage by the time I'm like trying to like figure this thing out. Um, yeah, no, that's what I don't know. Like maybe Wendy's,
A
like
Wendy's shake with McDonald's fries.
no, but I mean like a frosty.
I mean, a Wendy's Frosty rather.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
yeah, with
frosty with
McDonald's
that.
fries. Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
like
that,
Wendy's
but the
fries too.
Bobby shake was. I told you it reminded me of a Frosty when we got them
Yes,
because it
yes,
was that thick.
it
Yeah,
was. But yeah, I don't know.
but
Not
I
impressed with
wouldn't
the
have done
fries
it with
shake
those
thing.
fries either. I wouldn't have done it
Yeah.
with those.
I'm not gonna do it with the Chickies and Pete's crab fries because of the seasoning. Like, ew,
Oh
that's
yeah,
gross.
no, ew. Or the garlic fries. Mm-mm,
No, not the garlic fries, which I do love.
no.
And not the Nathan's fries either. Like, I feel like those are, if anything, sometimes soggy,
Crinkles. Those are the crinkles.
thick crinkle fries.
No, no, it has to be like the. I think they called like shoestring, like
Yeah. Oh,
McDonald's.
okay. Yeah.
I
Like
feel like.
McDonald's is closest to it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. If it's seasoned fries, no, that's
No,
gross.
ew,
You're ruining the
ew,
shake then. Yeah, that's gross.
ew. Exactly.
So I don't know. Not impressed with the overall old school method of fries in the shake. I don't know. I know there are a lot of people still like it, but I don't know. Wasn't for me. So, and I guess the one thing I did want to talk about though, at least, is I saw was getting like a lot of chatter on on the fan and ESPN radio and like social media. I've seen it on a lot on Twitter or whatever. Is
Hmm.
there are people who like are there was an article written for NJ.com last week. It was regarding. Well, no, they're actually a pretty good source on this. They have a
No, no,
good
no, no,
Yankees
no.
writer.
I'm not. I'm just saying, like, wow, it really does have a lot of
No,
press.
there's like a no. That's what I'm saying. Like it's been a lot of big talking point
Sheesh.
has been the sound at Yankee Stadium. Now we've talked about it though previously
Hmm.
this year, I'm sure, and last year that they did raise the volume on all the sound effects
Yeah,
at
they
Yankee
did.
Stadium, and
Yeah,
then
they did.
at some point last year, or maybe even the year before, this isn't new. They were doing sound effects between every single pitch. Like they definitely ratcheted it all up. Now,
Hmm.
from other ballparks I visited, they've done the sound effects in between every pitch thing. Like that seems to be kind of like a new thing with a lot of baseball stadiums, but not to the sound levels that Yankee Stadium has done it at. Because there's been even times where in between innings where I've tried to talk with the person that I'm with,
Hmm.
and you have to like almost shout over them, and it's a bit obnoxious. And we've discussed this, right? Like we're not trying to be get off our lawn and all of that. But like, apparently, we're not going crazy. That was part of this. I wanted to acknowledge that it is a thing. Like there are a lot of people, and this season early on, the Yankees have had a lot of home games so far. It's been a big talking point, and people are not happy about it. They're pretty pissed about how loud it is and how much it's happening. All right. So apparently, in this article, though, it turns out Aaron Judge himself is the one who kind of got the ball rolling on us and suggested that the Yankees crank it up and put more sound effects in, because he's a big sports fan who goes to the Garden, because I've seen him at Ranger
Yeah,
games,
he goes
Knicks
to the
games.
Garden. Yeah.
Yeah, he's an overall sports fan. So he wants more of that kind of a vibe in Yankee Stadium, like more sound, more, because he thinks it'll get people more interested and like keep it more hyped up. Now, and then apparently the other players have kind of jumped on board with this, and they even want it louder, allegedly. So no, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a disconnect here with this, right? Number one, definitely don't go louder. If you want sound effects in between every pitch, personally, as much as I don't like it, if it's at a lower volume and not full blast, okay, I can kind of meet you halfway on it, personally. But for me, the biggest problem is the volume. Like, you can't even hear the person next to you. That's excessive. Because that's not even the case at like a hockey or basketball or football game. Like, that's way too much. Clearly, you're going too far with this. I don't know, Lisa. What do you think with this? Like, where are you at with this? Or do you like the sound effects in between pitches? Do you think the volume? Like, where are you at with this?
So, as a long time, like attendee at games, I remember games growing, and I love baseball. I remember games growing up and being like, "This is boring." Right? Like, it's really quiet. Like, other than like people, like the hum of people chattering, like it would be really, really quiet. And then every now and then the organist would play, but it was at like very specific points.
Mm-hmm.
And then in recent years they started having the DJ, and I love music, right?
Yeah.
I love music as much as I love baseball and the Yankees. So I didn't have a problem with the music. They've been doing the 80s on 8 for a long time.
Yeah.
Like other things like that, but they definitely ramped up the music with the DJ being there. And I never had much of a problem with it. But the noise is a lot. And I said this to you, I think at the first game we went to this year. Like, if somebody has epilepsy or something like that, where flashing lights can trigger them, they can't go to a game. They can't go to a night game, I should say, because they started doing things like it's a rock concert now, where like they're telling you put your phones up, and which is cute. That fan engagement, I get it. Volume wise, though, I will say there are certain parts I've noticed, like sometimes when we sit in different sections, it's a lot louder. Maybe the speaker is closer, like more right above us than it is at your normal section. And sometimes when I go to the ladies' room, it's like Susan Waldman's right next to me in the stall. Like, it's so loud, and no matter how many, even if the ladies' room is packed, she might be like, "Oh my god."
My God, there's no toilet paper in here, John.
But like the announcers, the TV and the radio announcers, that echoes throughout. And I do think that it can be overwhelming for some people. Like, I can see not just people with epilepsy, but like people who bring their child who's autistic, right? Like, just like the lights and the sound could be really, really triggering too. So while I totally understand where Aaron Judge is coming from, I think they kind of leaned a little too much into it. And they just have to find that healthy balance, because there have definitely been, like, you were telling me about this at the game the other day, and I only caught half of what you said. And we weren't even in a crowded section, and I was still like, wait, what? But it also didn't help that we were sitting by some hecklers that had it out for the Royals right fielder. Poor guy.
Listen, that I'm telling you, that night, hearing that brought back some. I told you, like, old Yankee Stadium was notorious for the right field section getting on and razzing the right fielders, no matter who the hell it was. There's been a lot of stories about it over time, and it brought back some cool memories where I'm like, oh wow, it kind of little old Yankee Stadium vibe. I mean, he was saying like silly shit, like it wasn't.
Oh no, it was very funny, but
but it's just nonstop. It's just over, and it made it like specific to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Having said all that, though, I do think that for me personally, I thought they've made some adjustments to it since the last game of against the A's. Like that was the first time where I was like kind of noticing where like they haven't completely done away with the sound in between every pitch,
No.
but I feel like the volume has been somewhat adjusted. Now, if you are sitting right below a speaker, I mean, it might be the luck of the draw with that, but I just don't feel like it's been as, I feel like it's been toned down a little bit. Like not fully, they're not fully doing away with it, but I do think there's 100% less sounds between pitches. It's not every single pitch like it once was. Like, because there used to be like random music of random parts of a random song. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what does this have to do with anything?
Yeah.
And they, again, haven't completely zipped it out. I think it's more of like a situational thing that's been kind of there. So hopefully they find, like you said, a middle ground. Because I do also acknowledge that, you know, there is a new generation of baseball fans involved in the game now. So you have to kind of like adapt with the times. But I also think you don't have to blow out everyone's eardrums.
No.
And you don't also have to like constantly like sound. Like the whole, you know, the Death Star sound that goes off with 2 strikes to end an inning, fine. I have no problem with that because there is also one thing that I've always been kind of critical of the current Yankee Stadium versus the old, and it's also an observation of how fans take in the game now. Is the way it used to be was fans would start making the noise ahead and try to intimidate the opposition. And that was part of Judge's point also, was to try to, you know, intimidate the opposition. I don't think random music is going to intimidate anyone. I do think, though, when you have the crowd standing up and cheering at key moments in games, you're almost willing the action to happen. You know, you want to rile up your players, get on the opposition, make them feel uncomfortable. Like when a pitcher's lost the strike zone and he's all over the place, and the crowd's only getting louder and louder and louder and reacting to every pitch. You know what I mean? Like that's what you need. And that's how it used to be. Now, with the new Yankee Stadium, I remember '09 very clearly because it was very much like a lot of people, the stadium got a lot quieter at times. And I also feel like that was a year where, except for big moments, like it was more reactionary than cheering to happen. Like when something big happened, you heard the roar of the crowd, but there wasn't as much of cheering to make some, like willing something to happen. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't as much of that. And I also remember seeing a lot of people just walking around looking at the new stadium because it was brand new. So if it was your first time at the new Yankee Stadium, you were almost like at a museum or something. Like you were walking around, you weren't in your seat. You know, you were taking in what was going on there. And I did that my first because they had the last 2 spring training games in '09 in the new Yankee Stadium. They rolled back the prices to like 1927 and stuff like that. So it was kind of cool. So we had field level seats for like a quarter or like a nickel or whatever the hell it was. So it was cool, but like it was a preseason game. So like midway through, yeah, I walked around and was kind of like just taking in what the hell, you know, what this place was. And over time, it's gotten better. Like I feel like the Aaron Judge era, kind of like, you know, with the Baby Bombers era that didn't quite work out, but like I'll just say called the Aaron Judge era instead. There's been more of that. Like I felt the stadium shake in 2017 against the Astros when there were big moments happening. So it did come back in a way, but it's selective though.
Yeah,
So,
I
like,
think Ben Rice is helping that now too.
Yeah, no, you're right though. But like certain Friday night crowds, you'll get, you know, like it depends on the crowd very much. But I do think that's kind of what they're trying to tap into right now.
Yeah.
But I do think the volume, you can meet people halfway with the volume because like there is a speaker right above like my regular seats, and yeah, it's extra. Now in a big moment, obviously I don't care, but like you shouldn't be blasting the music between innings. You're not intimidating anyone with that. It's just obnoxious.
Trying to entertain. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just obnoxious. So I do think there's something to revisit, and I do feel like they've heard the fans to an extent so far, and they still need to. I really think it's mainly about the volume. That's where I think the biggest problem is. So adjust the volume, see how that goes, and I do feel it's gotten better. I do feel like it's not as obnoxious as it is, but we'll see. I mean, it could be night to night or something like that. Who knows? But I just do think it's a volume thing, not really always necessarily a sound between every pitch, which I also think is a bit much.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. All right. Anything on this before we recap the week?
No, we both said what we wanted to say about it.
All right. All right. So then, speaking of a night that was pretty loud, we can roll it back to the first game against the Angels last Monday night, which was this was the game of the season. I personally think like this was everything you would want in a baseball game. It really you got it. I mean, unfortunately, the Yankees did blow a 4-0 lead at one point, but then the Angels fought back and tied it. But the Yankees took the lead 7-4. Then the Angels tied it. Then the Angels took the lead. Then the Yankees tied it, and then the Yankees had a walk-off wild pitch. A little
anticlimactic, yep.
But nonetheless, a walk-off. So it still happened. But Will Warren did start this game. He took a no decision. He only lasted 3 2/3 innings. 3 hits, no earned runs because there were some errors that kind of like got this whole thing going in the 4th inning. 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. Lisa, he had a perfect game going into the 4th inning, and 1 error by Caballero opened the floodgates for.
Oh man,
that reminded me of last year's Will Warren when one thing would go wrong, he would let it get to him and it would unravel, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, but Caballero like really screwed the pooch on this one.
No, he did, but what I'm saying is like as a pitcher, you just kind of like got to try to buckle down.
Yeah.
But it didn't. It did remind me of that. Paul Blackburn, ironically, ended up getting the win in this one, which was wild. His first win of the year. His record time was 1-1. Aaron Judge, though, did get things started with 2 for 5 with 2 home runs, giving him 6 on the year at that point, 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Jose Caballero, 2 for 5 with a home run and 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored and a double of his own. And Trent Grisham, who did not start this night, because they faced a lefty who came off the bench, but he had a full game, going 2 for 3, 2 home runs on the night. That gave him 2 on the season at the time. 5 RBIs off the bench and 2 runs scored. And also the other thing you got in this game was the Mike Trout, Aaron Judge battle. Like it almost like they were trying to one-up each other. And I know like Yes got some reactions of their faces when the other one would homer.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Lisa. Like this was like if you were taking someone to a baseball game for the first time and you were like, hey, listen, this is such an exciting game. This is why I love it.
This is what you want them to see.
You take them to this game and they're like, listen, you got a fan for a born. That's it. They're tuning in the next night to see it. It was a wild game. It was so much fun. But the crazy thing too is the walk-off walk was in that bat was ball 4 to Ryan McMahon.
Ball 4 and wild pitch.
Yeah, it turned into a wild pitch, and that's where they end up scoring. Right. But the big thing in that moment, though, and I know I like so badly wanted McMahon to get a hit because I'm like at the time I'm like he really needed it and stuff like that. Like it would have boosted his confidence. But a big moment that doesn't get really talked about is his ABS challenge in that at bat. That would have put him at 2 strikes. He challenged it and it flipped the count in his favor. And that's what we've been talking about with ABS challenges, right? Like strategically using them.
Yeah, unlike the Royals in that one game. But we'll get to that.
Or, I mean, Jazz or Ben Rice or, Cabby at times.
No, but in the Royals game, it was the same batter back-to-back pitches.
Oh, yeah.
That was terrible. And he blew them all. And it was only the 2nd inning.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, this was a perfect example of how the ABS challenge could really affect the game and, like, in a key moment. So, kudos to Ryan McMahon for, even though he didn't get the walk-off hit, but, like, that's a big moment. I think it kind of got, like, lost in the shuffle of all the other baseballs flying out of the ballpark all over the place and everything like that. Like, it was huge. And Trent Grisham, again, clutch home runs. Like, he seems to have a knack for the big moment, which is awesome to see.
Mm-hmm.
You got anything else on this game before we move mosey on along?
I do. In the bottom of the sixth, when Aaron Judge hit his second home run of the game, which was his sixth of the year, he that was his 47th multi-home run game, passing Mickey Mantle for the second most in Yankees history. I mean,
Yeah,
come on.
that's
You passed Mickey Mantle, like that's insane. And to be fair, because we always try to be a little fair here, when Mike Trout hit his two-run home run to take the lead in the top of the eighth, that was his the second time in Major League history that two three-time MVPs each hit two plus home runs in the same game. The other two people were Stan Musial and Roy Campanella in 1956.
well, there was other times.
What's
Well, yeah,
that?
by this. So I had something here for Sarah Langs. You said this is the fourth time. This is the fourth game in which two multi MVPs at the same MVPs at the same game hit multiple home runs each going. Joining, you said Roy Campanella and Stan Musial. I have July 3rd, 1962, Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle.
Yeah, but were they both three-time MVPs? Because
Well,
that's
it just says multiple time MVPs.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
from yeah.
That mine was specifically about three-time MVPs doing it. And very nuanced.
Very nuanced.
Stats were the most nuanced stats I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah, it has to be very specific. Like where was the moon positioned? Where was
Yes.
the wind that night? It was the first time that somebody was eating a fries and a shake while the ball left the ballpark. It's all of that.
Yeah,
Which is why I love it. There's a lot of like wacky things you get attention to.
there is.
What was not great or not was kind of wacky is how the follow-up game would happen, and the Yankees pretty much got
Yeah.
handed to my final 7-1. Ryan Weathers, who got the start, took the loss. His record at the time 0-2. He lasted 5 innings, 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 walks, and 10 strikeouts. 4 of them were solo homers in the first inning.
You know what though? I want to give him credit because it was 4 solo home runs, 3 of them back to back to back. And he still stayed in and plugged along for 5 innings and kept the team in the game after that.
Oh yeah, no, they weren't cooked. Listen, that early, you still got plenty of time. But the Yankees had nothing. I mean, the offense had 5 hits on the night. It was
I
nothing.
know.
Like that one
It
run was
bad.
window dressing. Yeah, like later in the game, that was nothing to write home about. So
No, no, absolutely not. That was just thank you for scoring.
yeah, it's like, hey, we're not getting shut out tonight.
And it was a sac fly.
Yeah, not the most eventful, and it was just like the exact opposite of the night before.
Yeah.
It was weird. You got anything further on that one? I mean, there really isn't much. I mean, Weathers, yeah, like kudos for hanging around, striking out 10 still, but
I have one more thing. Yeah. So when Mike Trout, then Joe Adell, then Jorge Soler went back to back to back in the first, that was Mike Trout's 6th back to back to back home run sequence in his career, tied for the most since 1900.
ooh, I wonder who. I mean, I would imagine Otani was involved in
Some
one
of
of
them.
these. He had to.
Yeah.
He had to.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah, you would imagine. Wow. Yeah, listen, they teed off on him, and I
They
mean,
did.
the Yankees had nothing.
They did.
But the roller
They'll
coaster
do it
week.
again.
Yeah, the roller coaster week continued though. The next night was Jackie Robinson night, actually, which was Wednesday night at the stadium, and the Yankees would walk it off again by a final of 5-4. Luis Gil took the ball, no decision, 5 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. David Bednar did pick up the win with a nice, pretty easy peasy 9th inning here. His record is 1-2. Aaron Judge 1-4 with his 7th home run of the season. Trent Grisham 1-3 with a nice opposite field 2 RBI single. Jose Caballero though did get the walk off 1-3 with a 2 RBIs, 2 RBI double, and a run scored earlier in the game. But yeah, no, they would come back off of Jordan Romano again. He was the closer who they blew it on Monday night, blew it again tonight. Yankees historically have owned Jordan Romano even back to his Blue Jays days. So I got to say, I was at both of the walk-offs, and boy, was I excited when I saw Jordan Romano was coming into the game. I'm like, let's go. We've got a shot at this. But a big thing, though, to not get lost on that walk-off hit, though, was they started the runners. The runners were Jazz and Wells. You know, Wells not exactly the most fleetest of foot, but they started them. They were going for it. It was basically a hit and run. So starting the runners early paid off, and Wells had a great slide in to avoid the tag. And of course, the Angels rightfully challenged, because at that point, what else do you have to lose? You might as well challenge it, even though it can kind of like, yeah, we won. And then you're like, oh, wait a second. Did we win? Not so sure just yet. But yeah, they showed the replay on the screen right away, and it was like it was pretty obvious. I felt pretty good about it.
That was like the game when Ben Rice hit the home run that ended up being a double, and he came back in and was like, "Yay!" And then they were like, "Yeah, it's a double. Go back out."
Yeah. Modern technology, the pros and cons, right, of it that are there. But yeah, no, that was a big thing there. Like starting the runners there, great base running by Austin Wells there, great send by Luis Rojas. So good stuff there. I did want to comment on Luis Gil, though. Concerning thing with him, because we've talked about it, where he is fighting for, his spot in a rotation. You know, Rodon and Cole's already started rehab starts, so you can't imagine like it's not going to take forever for him to come back. And obviously they're going to have their spots. Gil's got to figure it out, man. One thing that was really noticeable, though, is the disparity between his fastball and his changeup, which is usually his weapon that's there. He's throwing 95 miles an hour now. His changeup's 91. Not a huge disparity. You kind of ideally want for like really effective is about 10 miles an hour in between off speed and your fastball. Not even close right now. So he's got to get that velocity back. However it is, like that needs to happen. I'm sure Matt Blake's been working with him on it, but it is concerning. Like since he came back even last year, like his velocity's been down. And it's pretty noticeable. He's getting hit around. And you would imagine if he gets booted out, his future would be in the bullpen. But, like, you still got to get people out in the bullpen. Can't get people out. It's not what you want.
Nope.
So, just something on that quickly to keep an eye on with Luis Gil, though. That velocity needs to get back up for him to be effective again. You got anything further on the walk-off on Jackie Robinson there?
I do. In the bottom of the first, when Aaron Judge hit his 7th home run of the year, that tied him at the time for the American League leading 7 home runs after hitting his 3rd one of this series. And then when Mike Trout said, "Hold my beer, Aaron Judge," and hit his 2-run home run in the top of the 5th, he became the 2nd visitor to home run on 3 straight days at the New Yankee Stadium. Do you know who the first person was?
No.
2013.
Oh, 2013. All right, so we're going back a bit.
Oh, that sounds crazy.
I know you are.
You're right, but it just doesn't sound that far.
2013. Shoot, I got nothing. What do you got?
Miguel Cabrera.
I was trying to think prolific power hitters and stuff, and like he didn't jump in the brain. By the way, also not to get lost in this too, that before we do move on, it's true, is the Oswald Peraza dropped fly ball in the infield that did that let Jazz get on. It's debatable whether Jazz should have been on second at that point or not, but it would have been a little close. So you don't want him also like giving that out right back, right? Like that would have been the second out of the inning, and that kind of opened the floodgates. My mind immediately went right to Luis Castillo in the Subway Series, dropping that fly ball that pop up in the infield. That was actually the walk off though to it, but it was shades of it. My mind went there immediately, and me and Faraci, I was kind of messing with him afterwards because he did post it on the main Pop Culture Pros Facebook page, and I was like, well, it looks kind of familiar. I mean, I kind of remember something like this. It kind of brought back some memories to another game I was at. Subway Series game back in 09. Like, it was pretty wild. I mean, but yeah, it was also by the way, Jose Caballero was the first Yankee shortstop with a walk-off hit with the team was trailing in a game since Derek Jeter, July 23rd, 1999.
Still in college.
Yeah, that was nuts. And this is both of the Yankee wins in the series against the Angels with walk-offs in the ninth inning. This is the first series where the Yankees had multiple walk-off wins since June 2022 versus the Astros. There's two random things that I had seen that pop up there. So, yeah, wild times. That would unfortunately be followed by a dud the next day again, where the Yankees would fall to by a final of 11-4. Max Fried, who did not have his best stuff, second start in a row, not with it, but took the loss. His record is now 2-1. He only lasted 5 1/3, 3 hits, 5 earned runs, 3 walks, 3 Ks. Aaron Judge 1 for 4 with his 8th home run of the season, so that was nice early on. Giancarlo Stanton 1 for 4 with his 2nd home run of the year. That was a missile that he hit into Monument Park, 2 RBIs in a day. Ben Rice 1 for 4 with his 5th home run of the year. So this was one where it was a close game early until it wasn't. And the bullpen really got lit up in this one. Fernando Cruz, unfortunately, did not have his control whatsoever and kind of shit the bed a little bit on this one, and then it kind of just got worse from there.
Yes, and in this game, when Giancarlo Stanton hit his home run after Aaron Judge's home run in the first, by the way, that home run, you said it was a bullet. It was 111.1 miles per hour, and it went 446 feet.
Yeah.
So Judge and Stanton have homered in the same game 61 times. Tied for 6th for a duo all time.
What do they have? I think what was it, 6 losses out of that or something like that?
This is one of the only losses, because it's a high win rate when they do that. And when Mike Trout hit his solo home run in the 7th, that made him have 5 home runs in the series, which is the most by a visiting player versus the Yankees ever. And he's homered in 5 straight games against the Yankees, 4 this season and 1 last. The last person to do that was Roy Sievers of the Washington Senators in 1958. And that is courtesy of Katie Sharp.
And of course, there was a chatter going on of man, if Mike Trout asked he requested a trade, what would that look like and stuff? Listen, I would never say no to Mike Trout in the Yankee uniform. I mean, but his injury history, especially recently, is kind of alarming. And he has 4 more years left on that contract at a pretty good price tag for each year. So, I don't know.
We already have a player like that on our team. Even
thank you, Lisa, because that's exactly where everyone would be screaming about immediately. Now his contract's up after next season.
I know. I don't know what I'm going to do after that.
I think you'll be all right. I think you will find a way.
I don't know. I'm getting too old to like baseball players that come out now.
It was Curtis Granderson at one point, and then Giancarlo Stanton.
I would still date Curtis. You're retired. As far as I know, you're single. I don't know, but yeah, I think after Giancarlo, I got to call it because he's there's an age gap. I have to hope he likes older women.
All right. Well, the Yankees would go ahead and welcome in the Royals on Friday night, and would take that one by a final 4-2. Another exciting game. Cam Schlittler took the ball, no decision. Which, by the way, I do want to comment on the my whole view of win-loss records for pitchers, because this game was a perfect example. Schlittler gets a no decision, 6 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts.
Mm-hmm.
Dominant, right? Like, we saw it firsthand. We sat in the judges' chambers for this game, so it was a pretty cool experience. We did not want the robes because it was a bit warm for that.
I wouldn't want them anyway.
No. I don't know. On a right night, maybe I would have. Who knows?
Nope.
Maybe a few tall boys, and I would have maybe, if I wasn't driving home, like that would have been fun. But Camilo Duvall, who blew a 2-1 lead, he gave up a solo shot in the 8th inning. Okay, to Vinny Pasquantino. He gets the win, along with his second blown save of the year. Right? Okay,
he sure did.
Just follow me here. He gets the win. His record's now 1-0 on the season, but second blown save. David Bednar gets the save, his 6th of the year. Ben Rice, though, 2 for 4 with his 6th home run of the season, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. He continued his hot start. Ryan McMahon, who came in for defensive purposes before the save was blown by Duvall in the 8th. He came in the top of the 8th. He ends up getting his first at-bat of the game and gets the Yankees the lead back with an opposite field 2-run homer.
And do you remember what I said when he got up? Do you remember what I said?
We were not happy.
I was like, why did they just put Ryan McMahon in the game? Like, I was so mad. And then I was like, whoops, sorry.
Yeah, that was, listen, great, but on what we talked about earlier, good for him, though. Like,
good for him.
He didn't really go on a tear after
here because it matches. It was his 6th hit of the year and his first extra base hit of the year. So he needed that.
No better time.
No better time than that.
Yeah. So, but look at this. Cam Schlittler, clearly the best pitcher in this game, gets nothing on his win-loss record at all. Camilo Duvall coughs up the lead, but gets the win because he was the pitcher of record when the game was tied last.
Make it make sense.
I'm just saying, like, it goes back to my whole thing.
Yeah.
Win-loss record for pitchers, you have to take it with a grain of salt.
Mm-hmm.
You really, really do. Because this is the kind of shit that goes down. Duvall did nothing to earn the win. Nothing. He just happened to be the guy on the mound when it was tied last. Okay? And Schlittler gets no win, but yet he was the most dominant pitcher and kept the Yankees in it. He was the Yankees' best pitcher of the night. So it's just with a grain of salt, man. Just with a huge grain of salt. Anything else on the Friday night game?
No, but remember what you just said when we go over the King of the Hill. Yes. I did not pick Duvall. He wasn't even a thought.
I can't imagine that. No. But the Yankees would go ahead and clinch the series win with a beatdown of the Royals by a final of 13-4 on Saturday afternoon. Will Warren got his 2nd win of the year. His record's now 2-0. He went 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, and a career high 11 strikeouts.
Which was tied his best career high.
Yeah, somebody's responding, hearing the footsteps of certain pitchers coming back. We're like, it ain't gonna be me. It ain't gonna be me. But no, nice rebound start for him because, as we mentioned in the Monday Night Madness game that happened, he kind of felt like he let things get out of control. Not so much today. Ahmed Rosario, 2 for 5 with a homer, his 3rd of the year, 2 runs scored. Ben Rice, what do you know? Another game with a homer, 1 for 3 with his 7th home run of the year, 2 walks. Cody Bellinger joined the party, 3 for 4, 2 home runs, giving him 2 on the year, 5 RBIs, 2 runs scored and a walk. And JC Escara, 2 for 4, 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored with a double and a triple.
And a triple.
In the same game. So Yanks really put it on the Royals on Saturday afternoon and momentum, building there. So nice to follow up. Not another exciting late inning win with a clunker, right? Like we finally got away from that, which is nice to see. Anything else on the Saturday game before we jump to the last? All right, so Yanks would go ahead and complete the sweep of the Royals yesterday afternoon after a sizable rain delay by a final of 7-0. Ryan Weathers got the win. His record's now 1-2. He went 7 1/3, 5 hits, no earned runs, a walk, and 8 strikeouts. So Great performance by Weathers. Aaron Judge got things started early, 1 for 5 with his 9th home run of the year, 2 RBIs, a run scored. Ben Rice, 1 for 3 with his 8th homer of the year, 2 walks, a run scored, and obviously an RBI. Trent Grisham, 2 for 4 with his 3rd home run of the year, 3 RBIs, a run scored, and a walk to cap off the Yanks offense. So the Yanks complete the sweep of the Royals. They've owned the Royals for quite some time now. So, like, good to see you get the get right thing, offense clicking. Hopefully this is it. Like, the Yankees offense is back on the year. But, yeah, listen, a 5-2 homestand, pretty good. Pretty good. So, listen, after last week, they needed it. They really did.
They really needed it, yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Absolutely.
so I do have a couple things for this game. In the bottom of the second, when Ben Rice hit his solo home run, which was his 8th of the year, between him and Aaron Judge, they are the 3rd Yankees tandem to hit 8 or more home runs each through the team's first 22 games. Another random stat, but pretty impressive when you add Ben Rice. You would think it would be Judge and Stanton, right? But no, it's Rice and Judge. And then when he you read his line for the game. And as per Katie Sharp, Ben Rice is amongst 5 Yankees with a 475 on-base percentage, 800 slugging percentage, and 20 runs in their first 21 games of the season. Can you name the other 4?
I feel like I'm going to be cheating. I might be cheating on this because I think I read this. But
okay. Well, let's see if you remember.
Ricky Henderson.
No.
He wasn't on that. It was a slightly. It was. I had the first 16 games of the year.
Okay.
There was a certain stat line that they had across. So I mean, I would imagine Aaron Judge is on this list.
No.
I'll
give you one dead giveaway. I can't stand one of them.
Oh, A-Rod.
Yes, in 2007.
Well, that April he had, was completely insane. I remember that specifically.
Mm-hmm.
How many others were there?
3 others. Very, very, very famous ones.
Oh, Mickey Mantle, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig.
Yep, Mickey Mantle in 56, Lou Gehrig in 27, Babe Ruth twice, 21 and 26.
That's insane.
And then my last stat is, again, as per Katie Sharp, Judge now has 5 first inning home runs this season. Only 3 teams had hit more than 5 first inning home runs. The Angels, the Pirates, and the Guardians. And he, as one human being on a team, did it.
Well, listen, Judge isn't quite locked in. I wouldn't say he's not Aaron Judge locked in, but he's
crazy.
He's hitting the homers. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not seeing like a ton of walks. We're not seeing like the base hits a lot. Like, that's where he's really locked in. And we do got to remember it is super early still. So,
yeah.
But yeah, you're right. If someone who's not locked in still leading the league in homers, I mean, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take the not locked in for now, and then imagine what happens when he gets locked in. I think we've seen it.
We've totally seen it before.
All right, so let's get to our awards of the week then, shall we? We got the top of the heap hitter of the week. I kind of feel like this isn't much of a discussion here. I mean, I feel like this has been our thing this year, but okay.
There could be 2 people. Two people.
Who do you got? You can start with them.
I picked Cody Bellinger.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
So his average for the week, according to where I looked, was 412. His OPS was a 1.427, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, 6 runs, 7 hits, 5 walks, on base percentage of 545, and his slugging percentage of 882.
No, he did absolutely had a good week. I'm not debating it at all. He absolutely did.
But I think I know who you picked.
Yeah, I picked Ben Rice. Like, it's hard for me. It's hard for me to say otherwise. So
he would have been my choice had I not seen Cody Bellinger's numbers.
Yeah. So over the last 7 games, 300 average, 423 on base percentage, 900 slug, 4 homers, 6 RBIs, 5 walks, only 4 strikeouts, which is a big thing. 6 hits and 7 runs scored. So,
Mm.
and especially in a week where he did not start games because they were facing lefties, and by the end of the week, he was facing lefties and
Yeah.
leading off, which he did a couple of times last year. At times where, and I understand, like, it's not the traditional leadoff guy who's fast and steals bases and stuff, but Yankees don't have that. Their fast guys don't get on base enough to warrant leading off.
Mm-hmm.
Like if Caballero or Jazz
Yes. Yep.
had a higher average or a higher on base percentage, sure, they would be the traditional leadoff man, but it's not a
Maybe
bad
when Volpe
idea.
comes back.
If Anthony Volpe ever lives up to I wore the shirt because I also wanted to like just acknowledge that he is on his way back. This talk, it might be next week, and it'll be interesting. I mean, I think the odd man out on the roster is Randall Grichuk, but whatever, because Caballero could play the outfield too, so it wouldn't make any sense for him. So unfortunately, I think he's kind of like, knock on wood, there's no injury. He's kind of like dead man walking. Like you kind of see that's who it's going to be. So. All right. And then we also have our King of the Hill pitcher of the week.
Okay, who do you have?
I went with Ryan Weathers. Because I got to give him kudos. I know, in a week where he got blasted around and smacked around for it in one start. But to follow up on what you said, he did show some cojones there, staying her in, and he still gave them what he could. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that showed something. It
Absolutely.
Did. He had nothing in the first inning, absolutely nothing. But hey, 10 strikeouts, and then he follows it up yesterday after a long rain delay, throws off routine and stuff like that. Like, you hear pitchers are creatures of habit, and they can screw with them, and he did not let him. He pitched one of his best games of the year. Plus, too, if you look at Weathers, though, even before the ridiculous 4 home run game that he had, he pitched well before that. So he's another one who probably, I don't think there's any chance in hell, again, knock on wood, that barring injury, he keeps his spot in the rotation. But he's going to showcase. And I think he's definitely destined for the bullpen. And that's fine. We could use the help in the bullpen too.
Yeah.
He has experience there. So who do you got? I'm taking a guess, but
so it was between Ryan Weathers and who I picked.
Oh.
It was really between the two of them. So I went with Will Warren.
Wow, so we both went with the starter that had the not great start and then rebounded. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I was just impressed by both of them. Like, I was really like, "Ooh, I wanted to give it to Weathers. But then I was like, "No, let me give it to Will Warren this time around." I was just, when you don't have the best game and you come back out the next game that you're up, and you show the complete opposite and do such a better job. Like, it's just admirable. Because it's hard. Pitchers only pitch once every 5 days or so.
Yeah, every 5 days.
Right? So it is really hard for you to get into a rhythm like the rest of the players can get into, because they're playing every day. So for you to switch it up and come back and be a lot more powerful, I just think that's amazing. So I had to give him that shout out.
Yeah, and it's just funny because we had 2 starters that did the same thing. Now we need Camilo Doval to do such things.
I don't know if he's ever gonna get.
I still stand by he has the stuff. The question is,
I don't know.
Because the thing is with him, it's like, I understand, like Boone was mentioning, it was one bad pitch. You're right. But as a reliever, that's kind of all it takes is one bad pitch. And, it's a wrap.
I also, stop relying on what Boone says about some players, because some players, he just, he's got his little favorite people that, end up being the Aaron Hicks of the world.
I will say, though, again, I'm not the biggest Aaron Boone fan by any stretch of the imagination. I also don't hate the guy because I also think he...
Oh, I don't hate him.
Strategically is where I question him plenty. but part of his job is he has his players back and tries to install confidence in that. But yeah, sometimes it is to an embarrassing level where it's like, dude, you're insulting my intelligence now. Like, stop. But Duvall is, to me, I'm telling you right now, Duvall is the key to the bullpen because they really don't have anyone else who's going to set up. Like, he needs to find his all-star form. No, I like Fernando Cruz. I like Tim Hill.
Tim Hill.
Hedrick has found his way into the circle of trust, but I don't. He's not super dominating, but he's been one of their better relievers. Cruz, when he's on, he's on. He's lights out.
Yeah, when he's on.
But there are times where if he doesn't find a strike zone, boy, it can get away from him fast. So, and I trust Bednar. Well, again, not super, like closer, like he's unhittable, like he's not Mason Miller or anything like that. But Bednar shows me he's got like the stones to be the closer. Like he really does.
Speaking of, I just saw a stat. I'm probably gonna get it wrong because I saw it very quickly right before we started. Mason Miller has faced like 34 men and has struck out 27 of them or something like that, or gotten them out.
Yeah.
That's crazy. He's got a 71.1%, I guess, strike or out ratio, whatever.
It's insane.
Like, damn.
No, he's a guy who Yankees find a way to get him at some point. Whew. I might have to bring back the party for the player. Like there might be like a called night out to go celebrate. Like I remember years ago, me and Jerry had the Mark Teixeira party when they signed him in the offseason, and there's been very few that is warranted. Mason Miller, the Yankees acquire Mason Miller. Yeah, that might have to be like, yo, listen, happy hour instantly. Let's go, Mason Miller party. Because man, that dude is electric. He really is.
All right. So in the spirit of knowing what you have to do in 10 minutes, let me read these really quickly.
Yes, go ahead. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Let's go. We got the Yankees Red Sox preview coming up here. Yanks make their first trip up to Fenway. So who do we got?
All right. So in game 1 tomorrow, Connolly Early is going to be pitching for the Red Sox. He's a lefty. He's a 1-0 record, 2.29 ERA and 20 strikeouts. He'll be up against Luis Gil, which we hope that he finds his own rhythm. He's a righty with an 0-1 record and a 7 ERA with 7 strikeouts on the season. Complete difference from his Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Game 2 is on the 22nd, which is Wednesday. Ranger Suarez is a lefty. He's a 1-1 record, 3.22 ERA and 15 strikeouts. And he'll be up against Max Fried. He's our lefty with a 2-1 record, 2.97 ERA, and 23 strikeouts so far. And finally, game 3 is on Thursday, the 23rd. Brian Bello, right-hand pitcher, 1-2 record, 6.75 ERA, 13 strikeouts on the season. And he'll be up against my personal favorite this year, Cam Schlittler, our right-hand pitcher, 2-1 record, 1.95 ERA, and 36 strikeouts on the season.
So did you see the article that came out about Cam Schlittler's been getting death threats from Boston fans? Yeah, he's been getting a lot of death threats.
Oh, yes, I did, which is terrible.
Yeah, I know, it is. It's disgusting, and I know he's had this whole back and forth, and his comment, though, about it was awesome. I mean, it's why this kid's won me over fast, because, number one, taking shots at the Red Sox in Boston all offseason, especially after his start in the playoffs, when basically to summarize what he had said about it, he's like, hey, they didn't learn after the last time. Like, they were chirping a lot last time, and you saw what happened. So you think they would have learned. So keep an eye on him for what that can be. I mean, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be. And also, listen, overall, the Red Sox are off to a terrible start, but they're going to get up for the Yankees. You know that. So it'll be Yankees, Red Sox, 2 lefties to start the series. So Ben Rice better not be sitting either one of those. I'm telling you right now, I might lose my shit. None of that. Probably definitely going to see Ahmed Rosario. Question is he going to be both games at third, or does he get to start at second? Because Jazz is also scuffling. I don't know. Like, it'd be interesting to see how that goes there. So
it's even more interesting. I just looked it up because I wanted to make sure I was right. Cam Schlittler is from Massachusetts. I don't know how far Walpole is from Boston, but
40 miles, he said.
Oh, that's close. Like, he should be a Red Sox fan.
Oh, he grew up a Red Sox fan.
He did. Okay.
He's like, hey, listen, I play for the Yankees. It is what it is. I think that's what is adding more to this because he has personal stake in them, like, and they're kind of like killing him for it. But he's like, listen, this is my team now. That's it. I love it. It's what you do when you do become.
Hardcore.
Yeah. Well, no.
I heard who was it Mike Trout? There was a guy that we just played that grew up a Yankee fan. Was it Mike Trout? Is he from Jersey? It was somebody from Jersey.
He's South Jersey, but he's a big Eagles fan. I don't know if he was a like.
It was one person on his team. Maybe it wasn't him. But they said that this guy was a Yankee fan growing up.
Yeah, that happens a lot. And listen, you know how it is.
Of course.
Professional, you got to do what you got to do. Maybe you
What's
would
his
like
name?
to play for that
Hey, Bader. Bader was a Yankee.
Oh yeah, Harrison Bader. Yeah, he was. He was a big Yankees fan. But I don't know. It'll Thursday night will be interesting. There's a lot going on. The NFL draft is Thursday night. Yankees, Red Sox. The Knicks play
NBA playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah, the Knicks play that night. So wild night for on Thursday. So yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. So, all right. So that does it for us then. Thanks for joining us as always. If you're joining us on the Facebook live stream, be sure to check out I was about to say the wrong show. I was about to roll off my tongue. The Empire Facebook group where we share a bunch of highlights and lineups and all the other stories that come out around Major League Baseball. So check us out there. Check out Pop Culture Pros and popculturepros.com because that's who we're represented by. If you're checking us out on Instagram at Empire161 Show, we do have our own Instagram page as well. So check us out there. On YouTube, subscribe to Pop Culture Pros. That's who we're represented by, and wherever you found your audio-only podcast. We will be back next week talking more Yankees baseball. No food reviews, I can assure you, because they're on the road. Who knows? Maybe we'll have something somewhere else. I don't know. We'll figure it out, though. But big Yankees-Red Sox series, and then they play the Astros next weekend. So rivalry week. Let's go Yankees. See you next week. Thanks.
Bye, guys.